We have a rather interesting podcast for today, so let's get it started. The geeky news for today, or for this segment, is first and foremost, Venom trailer 2 dropped. Now, our man Tactix dropped a video / podcast earlier today giving us his reactions.
Not a podcast, just a reaction video.
Just a reaction video.
Yeah.
Sorry, a reaction video earlier. I have not had a chance to, and now I've already watched it, so it's not going to be so much a reaction video. How about you, Darcy?
I've seen the trailer. I haven't seen Tactix reaction yet, so I could react to Tactix reaction.
So while we started off with you then, Darcy, what did you think of the Venom 2 trailer?
Heavy meh. just meh. like yeah, it's like the best part of the entire trailer for me was like, we will not eat Mrs. Chen. What'd you say? That was the best part, but the whole trailer.
That was the ending, man.
Because it was over. No, who's playing Carnage again? I'm always gonna say his name wrong. What's that?
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, I know. I was, how him and another gentleman look alike, and I always want to flip their names, so I don't even want to try it. So Woody Harrelson, there's Woody Harrelson and one other actor, I always forget names, but like they often get confused, even though they're not that similar, but they're just some reason they play similar roles or something. Fair. Anyways, Woody Harrelson, I liked when I heard him narrating but then I saw him in the film, and I was just kind of like, meh. Like the whole film just doesn't really present very well, and the whole like Venom is making breakfast thing, it goes from like, I'm supposed to be like, he's like this anti-hero or whatever, but like he's supposed to be this menacing giant thing, and it felt like Casper the Ghost to me.
What a comparison.
Because think of like Casper.
Amazing. I love that reference, bro. That's awesome.
Like it brought the intimidation. Like, it's not how I expected to open, and it wasn't really fully working for me, like I just wasn't really believing it. And I was like, okay, cool. Oh yeah, Chad, I like her. And that's how I felt. So that's it.
So yeah, T, I know you were saying that you were kind of like underwhelmed also by the trailer. You just thought it was just okay. Anything you want to add to that now that you have actually time to marinate on it?
My sentiment is still the same. I chuckled a few times, which is very weird to be doing for a Venom movie. Like I agree with Darcy there. I said it in the reaction video. I don't know much about Venom outside of the Spider-Man world. Like, I know, like, when he's paired up with Spider-Man in any capacity, he comes off as very like opposing and like menacing. But in this, he's like Darcy said, he's like Casper. It's like Venom, the friendly symbiote, right? Like I just don't, I just don't. I'm not vibing with it right now. And then the whole Carnage thing, I'm not threatened at all, really. And granted, this is only the trailer, so I mean, we don't really know what's happening or what storyline they're going to follow exactly. But for me, without Spider-Man, I just really don't care. I will see it, but like I said, I'm not going to risk my life in COVID times to go watch it in the movie theater. Yeah. I'm streaming this shit, like straight up. So. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I ain't even paying to rent it. You know what I'm saying?
No. I did watch your reaction video Tactics, and honestly, like your reactions during the trailer, it's like you're just sitting there watching you watch something, and you have no care. You may have smiled like once or twice, but I thought like I couldn't tell if you were actually thinking of something else and were of happier times and smiling at that. So no, like I hear you. Like I'm with both of you on this one. So I have read a lot about Venom, but like you guys, it has been focused mostly on Spider-Man. But also in recent years, he's also taken his own comic book series, which has been interesting in some form or another. none of that history, none of that interest, nothing related to the cartoons that we watched is in this franchise, which I'm like, the whole point, like if he was like a mildly interesting character that they decided to like what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. How like I didn't know much about Groot. I knew of Groot, but that was about it. I love Groot now because Marvel decided to do shit with it.
Mm-hmm.
I already loved Venom. I didn't need them to redo shit. And then they did it. Sony did that. And I hated the first movie. I don't think I actually enjoyed anything about the first movie.
I enjoyed the Doctor because he was the most realistic character. Actually, no.
The boyfriend, right?
Yeah, no, the only really good thing about the first Venom movie, and I actually cracked up laughing so hard, was the whole like he wants to take the elevator or whatever, and then Venom's like pussy. Yeah. I was like, that was like the best part. Like I heard about it in advance. I was already spoiled, and it was still actually good. That's about it.
Yeah. So like for me, I like this trailer did absolutely nothing for me, except for me. It's being directed by Andy Serkis, who is Caesar from the Planet of the Apes. He's also Gollum.
I feel bad.
Yeah, me too. But at the same time, like I haven't really seen some of his movies, so I don't know how good of a director he is. Nonetheless, it looks like it's going to be a more funny type of Venom movie, probably written slightly better. Nonetheless, it has. I don't give a shit.
You know how I would have preferred this, other than the obvious of make this work with Spider-Man. Other than that, is like if you find another motivation, right? Like Eddie Brock knew somebody who was inspiring for him to be a hero, right? And so you have some motivation in his historical life, and he wants to be a hero, and the symbiote and him are clashing, and he's trying to be a hero. And a lot of the time when he's doing things, you're actually super worried he's not going to do the right thing, right? Yeah. Instead of trying to make the bad part cool, make the bad part scary. Like the hero that you're actually worried at any moment is going to become the villain. And that I feel like we could have had a more interesting film, the first one, and carried into the second one, how you evolve that character, where it's like it is a duality battle, and you really feel like when that bad side comes out, you're worried. Instead of it being like, oh, it's cool, he's gonna bite the guy's head off and he's gonna die. You better be worried, like bad guy over here. More like he's trying to do the right thing, and he might even kill the innocent person. And that I feel like, it's a stretch, but it's a stretch in the right direction compared to what we're getting.
Yeah.